Hey guys, it's Maymay and welcome to another week of Scripture Art Journaling. Now this week's scripture comes from Psalm 19:1 and it is, "The heavens declare the glory of God, the skies proclaim the work of his hands." And I have this idea I want to try this. I'm actually going to use this this punch. I almost said stamp set. This punch. Can you see it's like trees? I think it's kind of cool the way it has like this tree, this almost like horizon look. And I found this in my craft room. For some reason I bought this at some point in time and I'm going to use these little circles. I'm going to try to do that. And a white pen. I don't know how this is going to go. We're going to see what happens. We may have to kind of do something different besides the white pen, but we'll see. So what I've done first is I've taken a blue piece of paper that is cut to fit in my my journal just 1/4 inch shorter. So it's 8 1/4 by 10 3/4. And then this piece is cut at 8 1/4 also, but I don't know how long I'm going to make this piece. So the first thing I want to do is I want to punch this horizon on this piece of paper and see what we get. I'm going to start there, and then I'm going to slide this little guy down, and you line the trees up in the pattern next to it. You're probably familiar with how border punches work. Just line those dudes up. I just love this punch, and I don't find enough places to use it. So I thought this might be a cool way to do it. We'll see how it turns out anyway. Let's see how to line that one up. That one's being tough. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we got that punched. And so now what we have is this horizon. Isn't that pretty on that blue? I'm looking for a night sky. I know typically when you think of the heavens, we probably think of daytime, but I want something that looks like night. So I'm going to take this guy, and I'm going to see how long I want it to be on this page. So let me get my ruler out. And I'm thinking, let me get this where I can see. I'm going to go from that edge. I'm going to cut this piece at 4 1/4 from that tree. Let me show you what I mean. So here's this dude. I'm going to put this paper in here, and I'm going to lay that tree at 4 1/4 and cut this and see how that does. I think that's what I'm looking for. See how that's going to fit at the bottom of the page like that? That's what I want. I think that looks so cool. I mean, it just reminds me of nighttime. So neat. I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. So I'm going to put this at the bottom of the page. And then I'm going to see how my white pen reacts on this blue paper. I really hope I can use it. I think it'll be neat. I actually picked up 2 pens. I picked up the white gel pen and my glitter jelly roll. I think I'm going to use both of those. So here's my thought process. First, I'm going to go through on the page and just do some small white dots. Yeah, that's going to work. I'm inspired by, or what inspired me was I saw somebody do something very similar, not scripturally, but they did something like this for their child's room, and it was on Pinterest. I thought it was so neat, the way they did the dark blue and the white together. And I thought this would be really cool to have in the journal. So I'm doing all these to mimic stars. Now I'm going to go back and put some close to each other because, you know, stars are kind of all over the place. Like so. And these little bitty dots are the tiny stars, you know, that are way off. And then what I thought is I would take this guy and just kind of draw some of these circles here and there. So I'm going to place this down, and I'm going to start with this second size and just kind of make more stars like that. And that looks really cool. I hope you guys can see that. It looks neat. The white and the blue together is really pretty. I didn't get that one quite circular. I need to let this guy sit. It almost reminds me of like Bethlehem, right? Like a nativity scene. That's not really what I'm going for, but I think it's hard not to get that feel. I love that so much. Okay. Let's put another big one down here. Then I thought up in the sky I'd put one pretty big one. Something maybe over here, maybe up here, and do a circle, color it in. This one y'all will really be able to see. Like so. That's probably going to look like the moon. Sorta. I think I'm going to leave that one alone and do one a little smaller for what I was trying to do. I think that one's too big, so I'm going to come down to one that's a little smaller. This one here. I'm going to let that one up there sort of mimic the moon. And this one, I'm going to kind of pull out some rays as if it were a shining star. Just kind of freehand it. As if it were just sort of sparkling in the sky. Just something like that. Isn't that neat? I love it so far. I love it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is, because I want this to be like it's shining down onto the horizon, I'm going to take this glitter pen and I'm just going to hit the hillside here with the glitter pen like it's shimmering from the light of the stars. This is just a Sakura Stardust pen. I'm going to put some on the trees as well. That looks so neat. Can you guys see it? I'm going to bring it up to you for a little bit just to see if you can see it. So there's all the white and then the sparkly on the hillside. I love it. It looks so big too because this is so small. I'll come in and do a little more color on these like hills. And then I want to put the scripture down here with the white pen. So I'm going to write this here. So it's the heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of His hands. I think that's so pretty. This is Psalm 19. Always check, even though I know 19:1. I just have to double check. Do you guys do that? This one's also from the NIV, so I'm going to put that in there too, in the NIV. I think that's so pretty. Now I want to do something around this, but I don't want to use the white. I'm going to use this silver pen, and I'm going to kind of just, I don't know, should I do it or is that going to mess it up? I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm going to just kind of draw a shape around this, just to make the scripture stand out. At this point I'm just doodling, and that's kind of fun. I love how the glitter makes it feel like nighttime. Like that, those stars are just shimmering down. I like that. It's very simple, I know, but I like it. I think I'm going to add some glitter to this big star. I don't think it's going to show very much, but I'll know it's there. Yeah, you really can't see it. Let's put some in there. But you really can't see it. But that's exactly what I wanted, and I was not sure, but when I remembered that I had this punch, I thought this might work, and I just love that. Lately, I've been going outside a lot in the evenings because it's cooled off here where we live. We live in Alabama, so it's really hot, and so the nighttime skies just really had me lately, and so I always find that I can talk to God really clearly in the nighttime, especially if you go outside and just kind of look at the stars. For some reason, I can just really pray in those times and just really, really feel a connection with Him under the nighttime sky. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I think it's quick, but I really, really think it turned out exactly like I wanted it to. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I will talk to you again on Saturday for our next week. Have a great one. Bye-bye.